As part of We the People, celebrating 250 years, here's This Day in History. Proudly sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Hey, we are counting down to America's 250th birthday this summer. We are sharing our We the People series, people, places, and things of the past that have shaped our country into what it is today. And today we're talking about a pretty iconic film.
Yeah, the Titanic. On this day, March 23rd, 1998, the movie Titanic won 11 Academy Awards, tying an Oscars record for most awards for one film. So the state of Wisconsin had a big connection with the film. The film was about a fictional love story aboard the doomed Titanic ship, which sunk after hitting an iceberg in 1912. In the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet played main characters Jack Dawson and Rose DeWitt Bukater. Dawson's hometown in the film, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. While on the Titanic, Jack mentions being from the Badger State multiple times, including when he tells Rose that he used to ice fish on Lake Wissota with his dad. That line is considered an error, as the man-made lake was actually created in 1917, 5 years after the actual Titanic sunk. So as for the film, the 11 Academy Awards tied the movie Ben-Hur for the most won by a single picture.
Yeah. Did you see it? You've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's
Yeah.
been a while, but I've seen it.
It's a great love story, right?
Yeah, it's a heart wrencher, but good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You just showed us the clip as well. I didn't believe you at first.
Yeah.
He literally was like, I used to
Yeah.
go ice fishing. I'm from Wisconsin. I was
Yeah,
like, how did I miss that?
Yeah,
neat.
he's telling her how cold the water is down there.
Yeah.
He's like, Wisconsin's got some of the coldest winters around. That's what he says.
That's wow. That's a good connection.
Yeah.
All right, Delaney.